We are back with days 2 and 3 of Toy Fair in New York City. First up, we went to the Deddy Bears booth, and it was so cool. They are so unique. They have these little bears that come in all sort of forms. They have little keychains, they have plush. They even have like creatures that speak that are coming out. I think he said later this year. They're so cute. But my favorite thing in their booth was their claw machine. Mostly because it was free and I'm horrible at claw machines. I was able to get a keychain on the very first shot, but when I tried to show my skills to Chris, both of us failed miserably. Chris couldn't get it, so I took over and I tried to get it, and finally, after like 55 tries, I got it. We, of course, had to visit the Neca booth again because we love Neca. My favorite things were all the horror stuff and Beetlejuice stuff. They also had some really cool Jaws stuff. They had some Toony Terrors that I've seen and also some that I haven't seen. But the Beetlejuice stuff really stood out to me. Super 7 is always a lot of fun. What stood out to me most were the Ghost blind boxes. If you don't know, Chris and I are huge Ghost fans, and so anything Ghost is very cool in our book. But the Godzilla stuff was really neat too. Then we went to the Tubbs booth, saw a ginormous rubber ducky. I love horror, so that was my favorite part of it, but they also had like a Marty McFly, Doc Brown, which was like totally up Chris's alley. This is such a unique product and such a fun booth. our friend Dave, who was with us for a while, told us about a cotton candy machine. So they had these big machines in their booth, and one of them made cotton candy with all colors and a bunch of different shapes, and it was super duper cool. I opted for a balloon and I got a baby dinosaur, and he was so cute. We visited Trick or Treat Studios again, and I am so glad we did, because previously they didn't have the Texas Chainsaw Massacre dinner scene laid out, and oh my gosh, I am in love with that piece. And not only that, but they also had all of Guar set out. And some Army of Darkness stuff that they didn't have the day before. And then as we were heading over to other places, the Mighty Jaxx booth caught our eye because their products were so interesting. So they have a lot of blind box type stuff and anime type stuff, but the art style is very, very cool. They had quite a few pieces that were half of one character and then half of that same character, but their skeleton. And I thought that was super unique and fun. But then I saw that they had these Hello Kitty pieces or Sanrio pieces, and they had these little plastic clear balls in them, and I wondered what is that? So the guy that worked there was explaining to me that artist wanted to do half skeletal Hello Kitty pieces, but Sanrio wasn't really that into it. So instead he designed these pieces that had half of the character and half of these little plastic beads inside. They are super unique and really, really fun and so cute. I'm not really super into anime type stuff, but I really like the way that it all looks. I like the cutesy look, and I like the bright and also pastel colors of a lot of the products. Then we visited the UCC booth, which is where Rokimoto was featured, as well as a bunch of other blind box stuff. A lot of it was anime type inspired toys. And then they had these really crazy sticky pieces, which are, I guess, maybe comparable to slime, but a lot more clean. So basically they stick to things, but they don't really stick to you, if that makes sense. They sort of do, but it's not it's embedded in your skin. It can come off really easily. And some of them even pull apart. They're just really fun to play with, but sort of gross. Then we headed to the CultureFly booth, and we saw Snoop on a Stoop, life-size, or sort of life-size, and Martha Stewart, which I thought was really hilarious. But they also had these things called melts, which were sort of cool. They reminded me a lot of Frozen culture, which is very interesting. They have some really neat licenses there. Then we found these really cool animal and creature puppets. My favorite was the moth, although I don't think Chris really captured any footage of it. But they also had an owl and a fox and all sorts of other animals. As we were walking around, we found a booth with these wooden toys that moved. Also some that didn't move at all, but you like put together. So some were like carnival rides that did move, and then others were like flowers and stuff that were sort of like, I almost want to call them Legos or puzzles because you put them together, but they're not bricks. And we stumbled upon this company that we hadn't heard of before, but I'm pretty sure we've seen their products. So they're called Tea Turtle. Whatever the item is, it looks happy or sad or angry or whatever. And then you flip it and it has another expression on its face, which is really cute. One that you might recognize are the octopus or octopi. How do you even say the plural of octopus? I don't know. And they also had these scented strawberry shortcake figures too. They had like a lemon one and a blueberry one, and of course strawberry shortcake. And they had like a really light smell, which I liked because a lot of stuff is super heavily scented and I'm really sensitive to smell. Side, they had these games. They're called unstable games. So they had a newer prototype of a game that they're coming out with called Twisted Cryptids. So it's like a tabletop game with a bunch of cryptid little like pieces. And we also saw a game called Unstable Unicorns and Here to Slay. And not only are they games, but they have these really cool little minifigures that are just a lot of fun. Before we left New York, we heard from the people at the last booth that we had visited that there was a Nintendo store, which was awesome. You walk in and you're flooded with Nintendo. There's all sorts of Nintendo merch. There's a Bowser like coming through a wall. You can see Toad and Luigi, and then there's a second floor. You can either take the elevator up or the stairs. There's all these televisions everywhere. Upstairs, they have all these gaming consoles like throughout the years. So you can see how Nintendo has progressed, which was incredible to see because some of the consoles I didn't even know about. And then of course, some of them were things that I owned or still own that I absolutely love. But they also had consoles that you could play. Some of them had TVs, some of them had projectors. It was just really cool to see and be able to like try out games. And of course there was a ton of merchandise and we walked out spending a lot. We got plush, we got t-shirts, jackets, all sorts of stuff. It was so cool.
Every time
So I also wanted to show you a bunch of stuff that we got from vendors, but also our haul from the Nintendo store. So we got these press bags from Trick or Treat Studios, which I'm so thrilled about because I love Trick or Treat Studios. We got this booklet of coming attractions. There's some Terrifier. So this is the Guar stuff that's coming later this year, but this right here is Odorous Arungus, which is a Build-A-Figure. So you have to collect all the other guys in order to receive Odorous, which is super awesome. And this was my favorite thing, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre dinner table scene. It is so perfect. The details are so sick. Here's Jeepers Creepers. Look at that creepy motherfucker. So we each got a Trick or Treat bag, and this is what we ended up with. We got a Fatso and a Slim. These are so well done, and I'm excited to add these to our collection. And I don't think we showed much of our haul from day one, aside from the Rokimoto party. So I wanted to show off what we got from the Mondo and Funko booth. These are actually my first vinyls, like as an adult, which is really cool. So here is the Prey vinyl, and then here's a Batman vinyl. We also got these hats, 2 of them. Here's a sock. I don't know how that got in there. They gave us 2 really cool pins. One's like a Zoltar and the other is a pinball machine. I love these so much. We also got this really cool Mondo sticker, and if you know me and Chris, you know that we are super stoked about this. We love skulls. And last but not least, Funko gifted us a couple of biddy sets, which I love. I love biddies. I love that they take up such little room. So if you saw our day one video, you'll know that they're coming out with Biddy City, which I think is very unique. It's definitely not as collectible, I think. I think it's more geared towards like toy. But I think it's a lot of fun, and I think a lot of people are going to really, really enjoy that. So I chose this Pixar set. I got Sully, Mike, and Nemo. But then the one you can't see, which is like a mystery. Oh, I got Joy from Inside Out. And Joy is a 1 in 3 chance. And all of the biddies, I don't know if you know this, all of the biddies come with a little case that you can put them in. So I can put all 4 of these in this case and it sort of holds them together. And then this is what Chris chose. He got the Ninja Turtle set. So you can get a bunch of different things in the blind one. I am really excited to see what he's getting. So as you can see here, he got Shredder, Baxter, and Donatello. Oh, it's an 8-bit. Who is it? It's an 8-bit Michelangelo. That's cute. I like the art style of these because they look like they have been like sketched. I think that's a lot of fun. And these, of course, come with the little carrier as well, or shelf, or I don't know what you'd call it. One thing that we got from a booth we didn't show called Wild Republic are these little monkey things. They're so cute. Their arms are movable. So I had mine around my lanyard for a little while, or you can have it like on your backpack or whatever. Last but not least, here's our haul from the Nintendo store, which I don't even remember everything that we bought, so this is gonna be like pretty exciting for me to open. Well, honestly, Chris was just putting stuff in the bag and I didn't really know what he was putting in there. So I know what I bought, but I don't even know what the cashier rung up. Okay, we got a Bob-omb, which is adorable. That was a Chris pick. Oh my gosh, a piranha plant, also a Chris pick. And you can move him. And look, you can like make his mouth move. This is so cute. I just built this Lego like a month ago, I think. And then we got this Eevee for Max because his favorite Pokemon is Eevee. Every time we go on Pokemon Go, he like freaks out when there's an Eevee. And like, that's the only thing that he catches. He won't catch the good stuff. I mean, Eevee's good. She's great. Don't get me wrong, but he doesn't catch anything else. It drives me crazy. And then this is what I had to have. It's a Statue of Liberty Pikachu just because it's so freaking cute and crazy. So each of these plush were like $20, which made our total skyrocket because honestly, I was shocked at the prices of their merchandise. Their merchandise were really inexpensive. Like we got these t-shirts for 25 bucks. And if you've ever been to New York, you would know that like a lot of their stuff is super expensive, but their shirts were very well priced, 25 bucks. So we each got the same t-shirt. And then I also got a sweatshirt because I thought it looked really warm and nice. So that was days 2 and 3 of Toy Fair. We had such a fun time, not only seeing Toy Fair, but also hanging out with some friends and enjoying New York City. Unfortunately, Chris picked something up while he was there, so he's not feeling very good. So that is why you have me in front of the camera and not me and him. So leave your well wishes for Chris in the comment section down below and let me know what your favorite thing we picked up from Toy Fair or the Nintendo store is, and let me know what your favorite booth in this video was. In every video, we like to shout out to some of our amazing patrons from Patreon because we are so grateful to you and your support. In this video, we would like to shout out to Josh Swan, Nikki Papadop, Funko Fan 626, Dean Blockley, R. Perez, Calvin Lee, Michael Petrino, Joseph Mayfield, Brian, and Fanatic Hat. Thank you all so much for your continued support. We appreciate all of you so, so much. And as Chris would say, you guys rock. I know that Chris says it, but I would also say it because I mean it. Don't forget to like this video, comment, and share it with all of your nerdy, toy-loving friends. Also, make sure you go to MISCHIEFtoys.com and sign up for our newsletter because you want to be the first person to know about all of the things we have coming up. And listen, I got a secret for you. Sometime this week, we are unveiling our AwesomeCon exclusive. Mischief Toys will be at AwesomeCon April 4th through the 6th in Washington, D.C., and it is going to be so much fun. So make sure you tune in to all of our socials and our email newsletter so that you can get the most up-to-date information and see that really super killer exclusive once we show it. That's all we've got for you. We'll see you in the next one. Bye!